10 hottest comics of the week based off of Cover Price's data. That is right. Each and every week, Cover Price releases their top 10 hottest comics of the week, not based on speculation, but data. They release it on a Monday. Our show is always on a Friday. What we like to do, though, is we give you guys the top 10 hottest comics of the week, but Chris dishes out his 3 most interesting books of the week, and he just lays it out there as to why they are interesting. So, with that being said, we're just going to get right into it, Chris. Is that cool? We're just going to do it. Let's do it. All right. Here we go, guys. At number 10, A Voice in the Dark. Number 1, that's an Image Top Cow book from 2013. At number 9 is The Immortal Hulk, number 43. I'm kind of disgusted. It's in the top 10. I want it out. It's not up to me. It's not up to anybody. People are still buying it, and most of you know why. At number 8, we have X-Force number 1, the negative UPC with a Deadpool trading card. These Deadpool trading cards are being sought after, guys. X-Force is seeing a major bump, even with the millions of issues that they sold. At number 7 is Taskmaster number 3, the Shane Davis 1 in 25 variant. At number 6 is Forever Maps number 1, Scout Comics. Number 5 is Cover number 1, the Zoo ORZU variant. Number 4 is Immortal Hulk number 43. Same thing here, guys. I want it out. At number 3 is X-Force number 1 with a Deadpool trading card. That's just the regular release. At number 2 is Taskmaster number 3. And at number 1 is Cover number 1, the A cover. Chris, it is now time for you to break down your 3 most interesting books from this week. What do you got, Chris? What do you got?
My 3 picks are 3 very, very interesting books that are very interesting for 3 different reasons. So let's get in to my first pick. Number 3. What? I should have pulled out my huge stack of X-Force number 1s that I have. X-Force number 1, poly bag with the Deadpool trading card. Look. Anything can be worth money. Anything can end up having value if people just want it bad enough. And right now, people want this book. More importantly, though, I think people want this card. So I don't have the complete story, but I remember even going back into the 90s, I remember that the card to get was the Deadpool card. Now, I don't know if there was a lower print run or whatnot, but it's been the most popular card out of the set, even since I was a kid. But the fact that it's picking up right now is crazy. And not only is it picking up with a 226% increase in sales, but this book sold for a high raw $40. $40. Whoever thought that your multi-million print run X-Force number 1 from 1991 will be selling for $40 raw? It goes to show you never know. You never know. So I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, what I don't want to say I love it and not be responsible here and put things in context. Does me loving this mean that you should get all hyped up with me and go out and try to pay $40 or $50+ for this book? No, I wouldn't. I mean, I have a bunch of copies. I'm not sure if I have one with the Deadpool card. My point is, though, I just love it simply because it shows that anything can happen. Will it stay this way? I have absolutely no idea. Probably not. But look, it's here right now. And look, if people are willing to spend that money on it, I'm all for it. That's the beauty of collecting. It's the beauty of a free market, supply and demand.
We are not here to tell you what to buy. We are just reporting the facts here, especially on this segment. I mean, I have 6 copies of X-Force number 1, and it has each of the cards. I wanted to make sure I got each of the cards when I bought them back in the day. I have 1 Deadpool. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I actually have 7 copies. One of them is a reader issue. So I don't plan on getting rid of them. That era to me is special. So anyways, by the way, we're going to take a pause on the top 10 hottest comics because we're going to say hello to Tom. Tom, we hope you're doing well, man. We hope you're back on your feet and getting us a Cosmic Minute next week because we missed it. But again, yeah, seriously, Tom, Get well. Hope you're feeling better. Again, guys, it's not the COVID. It was just some sort of other illness. He will be fine. Oh, Dan, that is sweet. Cosmic, we missed you. Hopefully he'll be hanging out here. Here we go, guys. Hope to be back with the Cosmic Minute next week. I was a tad under the weather this week. We explained the whole situation, Tom, and we are looking forward to you next week. All right, moving on, Chris. What is your second book of the week?
All right. Number 2 is another Marvel book. This is a new book, Taskmaster. Number 3. Taskmaster number 3. You had the cover A and the variant cover up this week. Number 2 on the list. This is the first appearance of a new South Korean superhero. Now, guys, please don't kill me if I butcher this name. Tae Gukai. Okay, I don't know if I said that right, but I apologize if I didn't. I did my best. This character, I haven't read the story yet or whatnot, but this is a South Korean representative, kind of seemingly being a character that's supposed to be that symbol of South Korea and for Korean folks and the Korean culture. I think this is awesome. Again, I don't know too much of the character, but here's the thing. I really think that right now Marvel is in a good position to introduce new types of characters like this that relate to people of different ethnicities and backgrounds and cultures from all over the world and do it right. And I'm very hopeful that this character is going to fit into that. So it's no surprise to me that this book is doing so well. 400% increase in sales this week with a high raw going for $29. It's in demand, and like I said, I want to read the story. I want to dive into seeing what they're doing with this character. I think before, not to get too much into this, but I do want to just put some context of, I think before when Marvel and DC would try to, create new characters for whatever reasons, even if it's to relate to a more diversified audience. I think they did it with good intentions, but I don't think the genuine essence of what needed to be in these characters was there at time of conception or whatnot. And I think they fell short. I do feel that the right people are in place right now where that is changing. So I'm going to be looking out for this character, not specking on it, but just to read and watch the story, because I think this is an awesome character, potentially an awesome character that has a great future ahead of them.
I also love that. That cover is outstanding, by the way. That cover is excellent. But I think a lot of people are sensitive to any Southeast Asian characters because of what Kevin Feige said, that sooner rather than later, we are going to see a new superhero, potentially a teen. So I think everybody is, new Agents of Atlas, those kinds of things. Joe G, I like how comics are promoting inclusivity, as do we. Chris and I talk about this all the time. Representation absolutely matters. It absolutely matters. Tom with Cosmic Comic History. With Ike Perlmutter out of the Marvel equation, representation has increased in their books and media. It's just a great thing. I mean, absolutely. Chris and I talk about this each and every week. It's important, guys. It's important. And for anybody who's against that, I'm not sure what their background is, but representation matters, okay? And I think my eyes have opened up even more having a daughter she's a quarter Hispanic, and she's half Jewish. I'm Jewish, and I just want her to be able to just see people that represent her on screen with those cultures. And I'm psyched. We live in it's really cool the way we're headed. So, and it also, I mean, from a business standpoint, Comic New, nail on the head right here. Well, the Asian market is huge. It would only make sense to make some characters for that market.
Absolutely.
Sense. All right.
Yep.
Chris, this is the last book of the week for the top 10 hottest comics. This is Chris's third most interesting book of the week. Chris, take it away.
Really interesting. Prior, not much knowledge of this book, but I am a fan of a lot of the work the writer's done behind this book, and it's an independent at number 1. I'm always down for independents at number 1, and that is Image's cover number 1. Hey, just to note, my top 3 were the top 3 in the list, and I did not do that on purpose. That hardly ever happens, but it just worked out that way this week. But let's talk about cover number 1, guys. Image, it really, under Brian Michael Bendis. Now, I know Brian Michael Bendis has got some slack lately. Some people didn't like what he was doing with Superman. I love what he did with the Ultimate Spider-Man and the Ultimate Universe. You know, he is responsible for bringing Miles in. I think he kind of fell off from there, and I like where they're taking Miles right now. But ultimately, I think Brian Michael Bendis is a really solid writer all around. In the concept of this book is taking a concept of comic book creators working within the intelligence community, like as undercover operatives. And it's such a unique blend of storytelling that I've never really seen before. So I'm really excited about getting into reading this book, but it's also hot right now because it's being developed for an HBO Max TV show. That right there sent this book through the roof. 722% increase in sales. High CGC 9.8, sitting at $80. So, you know, not a book that's going to break your pocketbooks, but when these things get options, when these things start getting developed, especially these independent books, we see this automatic, you know, magnetic pull of everyone just rushing to these. But I really think this is a very, very unique one. So I'm not shocked at the success that it's had since this announcement. And again, look, you know, we talk about Warner Brothers and Warner Brothers issues with DCEU. I think Warner Brothers is capitalizing on HBO Max right now, and not just with the DC stuff, but, you know, optioning this for a series for HBO Max. Big thumbs up there. Solid move.
Yeah, it's bringing a different type of content into the fold, optioning different things outside. It's cool how they're looking at other comic book properties, you know, outside of their own. I'm excited. That just opens up a whole new world in terms of, you know, HBO Max. And I'm liking what HBO Max is, what it has to offer, and what we talked about earlier in the show about how it has that kind of mature content. It can house mature content in there, and you know it's kind of a disadvantage to Disney Plus, but honestly, we love those properties so much. We're going to take them as we can get them. But you know, I'm interested in seeing this as well, and it's very interesting. So, anyways, that closes out our top 10 hottest comics of the week. We will be back next week with a brand new list, and Chris will give his 3 most interesting picks as well.